consciousness, that which is, which we are, and which all is, plays at different levels of what one may say sentience. And that which is beyond time and space appears playing as mind, time, space. So there's a unique quality to that which is, that is experiencing itself as this level of sentience. And of course, cycles within cycles, even within this play, one may say consciousness is experiencing itself at different vibratory ranges. And that's actually the play of Ra in a bow, the colors that we perceive. So the non-linear, that's experiencing itself as this linear play. So if we explore or look at it at the level of seasons, right? There's a particular quality to it, and that is revealed as the ancient consciousness, the play of seasons, or the play of the cycle that is at the level of the solar system, our solar system that we're familiar with, at the level of how Gaia, moves, her revolutionary cycle, all of that. And right now, we just crossed the flower moon, our full moon on May 1st, is a overflow point. So the thing about kind of exploring and being this through the sensing as sound, shabda. That's a Sanskrit word. We say shabda. Shabda means, sha is the sound of awareness itself, alive awareness. That's the isha, sha. That's the energy how sentience leads. So sha, sa, sa is the sound for sentience itself. And that's why in Sanskritam, if you look at it, sa, the line of sa, is in Sanskrit Varnamala is Ushmana. You see, Ushmana is the dawn. Consciousness experiencing itself as light, as sentience, as knowing, conscious, becoming conscious, one would say. And that's the dawn, Ushmana. So the sound of sa, sha, sha, these are different levels of the sentience, are extremely powerful. And that's where even the word, that's what Shiva actually really means. Shiva is, or Shamana, right? And we are moving into that phase, if you want to look at it as, at the seasonal cycle. Shiva is the Litva, which is the Swadhisthana, our sacral chakra. That's the seat of the self, the feminine self, right? Which rises as the Manipura. So anyway, coming back to the seasonal cycle right now where we are, it's like an overflow. It's like an overflow. So when we sense these kind of things through sound, that's one way to explore that which we are. Shabda. Sha is as awareness. Ba is literally the sound. The lips come together. That's in Sanskrit Varnamala, the Pavarga. That's the labial. The minute something comes to our lips, we are divine word. Right? When we say that densifies. So that's why the throat chakra opening and the utterance of word has been for ages, right, pointed to as that we are consciousness manifest itself. I am the word. So that is the power of Shabda. Awareness coming together, integrated as being itself, Shabda, the densifying. That is the power. What I say, I am. That is the power that is given to the human self. that was acknowledged and recognized. So the level of sounds, if you want to look at it. So coming back to where we are right now, this May 1st, full moon, is a profound overflow time. Again, covering the Uttarayana cycle post spring equinox, right? That's the Shivratri gets done, then there's Easter. That masculine phase that we are in till summer solstice, we can see, or even after that a little bit in July, is this rise, right? Is this powerful rise. And May is a very, very critical point. Coming back to April, that's why the month of March into April, post spring equinox till this May, is sensed as this profound month. It's called the April showers. That's when the rain falls. That's a RI'S'EN. Ra is resonance, the sound of life perpetuating itself. It's the nature of mind itself. So that which we resonate is experienced as our reality. There's no reality independently outside of us. So this is when, at the linear cycle, when we look at the cycle, seasonal cycle, that is when we as consciousness are primarily still aligned at the level of the physical body mind. That's why the invitation, align with nature. Right? When you align and move with nature and follow nature's cycles, you awaken to that which you already are. This is the play. We add time, but it's lesser time than when we are in Kali Yuga, where we are completely not aligned with nature. We are lost in the conditions of the world in the sense that as a personal self, as a separate self. So that's the invitation, align with a higher cycle, a higher nature of that which we are. And that's the Gaia cycle, right? That's Bhumi's cycle. So with solar system, all of that, that's the ancient knowledge that we were always invited into. So when we come into that, April showers was a profound month. When it pours, this is the play of fire and water. I'll kind of point to the elemental level, what this is. Earth. Right? These are the three first levels, one may say, of matter. Earth, fire, water. And the way that these three elements dance together is how, at the elemental level, we experience that which we are. This is a very, very, this is literally a siddhi. This is a power that when we kind of know how to dance with, especially the first four elements, which is the earth, the fire, the water, and then the air. And out of these, if you look at it, and of course, words, let me just point to, description of any of this is very limited. Yeah. So we can listen to the words, but the direct transmission and the translation of that, that's why the invitation, just be present. We don't have any insistence that we need to understand this in any way. Just know that you already are this. So you don't need to go through your five senses understanding to think that you need to know this. Just be present. Just allow for the words if you find yourself here. And you are already this. Your R-ness is this. That's the essence of Ra. So the unique dance of the four elements, earth really grounds you. Okay? And fire is the aliveness aspect of it. And fire is the awareness aspect of it. It's the passion. It's the knowing. It's all of that. And the water and air are the fluidity, the ability to move, the ability to change. That's the nature of mind. The ability as air to fly, to hold higher perspectives, to see something larger, like airbase, it just moves. All of this, when they come into a balance, there is an awakening with the fifth element, which is the ether, which we call as also space. In that sense, when you become space, you are simultaneously multidimensional. You are anything and everything. No matter where you find yourself, you can sense the depths of what is. There is that deeper sensing. This is the nature of elemental play. Elevated mind. Yeah? So when we come into this, so the first three elements, I will say really that's the shift that would happen at this time, is that earth really kind of grounds you. And this is so beautiful really to sense, is that's why ascension is an expansion. The more grounded you become, the more you accept the reality and the resonance of that which is. That allows for the expansion, natural expansion, because it reveals to you that which you truly are, and you move to. We cannot move away from that which is, or reject that which is, and move to a higher level, because there's only mind, there's only us. When we reject something, we actually create the resistance to move away from it, and then we cannot see the so-called expansive sense of that which we are. That's the invitation. So that's why grounding across ancient cultures and was really seen to be like, be here, be connected to Mother Earth, walk bare feet, ways to connect to her cycle. Because only when we are grounded in this aspect of what it means to be human, which is actually just a small slice of what it means to be human. The ha, mana, ha in the Sanskrit sound is the sound of aspiration, inspiration, spa, spirit, spa, pa, infinite. It's the cycle of the rising. For that, both points need to be anchored beautifully. So it's our spine, the ground, the root chakra needs to be grounded beautifully. The crown chakra needs to be open beautifully to fly. This is the balance of what the human thing is. So right now, if we are in the five senses, it's a teeny tiny slice of what we think we are as human. Very small. The ha experience itself as aspiring is much more, much more. So coming back to this, grounding. So earth, right? I would kind of point out how these invitations were given. So even what we have in Earth Day coming at the end of April, no coincidence. No coincidence at all. It is the celebration that I am gravity. I am the graha. Gra is the sound of gross. Yeah? It's nothing but grounded resonance. What I am, that I am, that becomes first nature, literally. First nature. So that's the earth element, right? And then we have the fire element. Now the fire, that is the awareness, and the water are actually two sides of the same coin. We sense that. Because it is that moves as aliveness. So that's why fire rises up, and I kind of want to point to in the Indian culture we do, that's why it's called yagna, or it's also called as the havan. Ha and va. When the ha, that is the breath itself, touches the va, swadhisthana, that is the inner havan. So when we do havan outside, which is nothing but, we take ghee, which is something liquid, and we feed the fire, and that feeds the fire to rise up. It's pointing to us, awakening to us that which we know subconsciously, that which pours down is what rises up. These are simultaneous movements. Yeah, so that which actually pours does not extinguish. So when I point to water, it's not the water, it's the quality of that which actually pours. That which actually pours is that which actually rises. So that's why, what is that when we say, when it rains, it really pours? Like kind of the essence of that, when it really rains, RI'S'EN. So that's why when sensing of the words itself will reveal to us the truth. We don't need to go anywhere. We just need to have and be that which we already are, an open and available mind. And everything is that which we are, that reflects back to us, speaks to us, and reveals to us that which we are as elevated mind, elemental mind. This is what Sherlock Holmes says. It's all elemental, my dear. If you just were to observe, it will just reveal itself to you. And so beautifully and so uniquely, it will reveal itself to you. So the winds say yes, right? So when it pours, right? So it's like the havan that we would say. So that's why we would say swaha. When you pour it, you're basically saying Swa is the sound of I am. It's the self, sentient Va at the level of the body. When we are anchored in our Swadhisthana, it's the orange colored, it's the dawn. I am the dawn. Yeah? I am the rising of the new resonance. So that was a swaha. You say that and you would do the havan. That was the significance of that, which is also the utterance of the word yagna. Ya is the sound of the heart, right? Yama or the Maya. We'll come to that because we are in May right now. There's no coincidence in the word May itself that we say. So it's the time of Maya. It's the connection of the heart. And heart has only one rule. It will dissolve everything that which is identified at the level of concept. That is why heart is the Yama. If you say Maya continuously, you say Yama, it's like the same cycle. So it's the dissolution. That's why the heart is anahata, ever unstruck. When we are living from our heart, it's the center point of all the 7 chakras, right? When we are living from our heart, nothing sticks. Nothing sticks. We are able to move fluidly through everything. That's why primarily to stay present, to be in presence, to be as heart is to stay as that unknowing, open heart state. You allow all of experience. This is the power of the alchemist. The power of the alchemist knows that there is nothing and no one and no experience outside of that which is as I am. And through open heart, alchemizes the whole world. That's the power of what we would call as the Rishi. The word of the Rishi itself is Ra, the resonance of Isha, the Sha, as awareness itself. And Rishi is the subtle, subconscious, fluid mind. That is what it is. Say Maha Rishi, mind as the Ha. When you embody the aspiring and you recognize, right? There's nothing else. You realize that is what it is. You are fluid. You are nobody and you are everybody. That's the profoundness, the siddhi of that which is, that which we are already. Not something we need to become. Not something we need to be. We just need, if at all anything, for the mind that questions, to just allow and be open. Just be where we are and just say, I am consciousness, I know, and it will start opening up in the most unique way that is direct experience for us. Yeah? So that's the thing. So when we're coming back to this elemental play, just wanted to say, so that's why the feminine chakra of Swadhisthana and the masculine chakra of Manipura, that is the radiance, that's the Ra, right? And the Va, this was called as the Vara. Vara is boon. Everything is the dance of the Vara, which is the boon, which is appearing as form. That's where the root word and the essence of ware comes from, warehouse. Yeah? So in form, we are all like a warehouse in that sense. And we identify as vibration. We identify, that's the root word for vibration really. And we identify, but we are not the vibration. We are that which is appearing as the vibration. That is appearing as concepts. We are prior to that. Right? There's awareness. And that's why the word aware. Aware. Right? So in Sanskrit, if we look at it, the word right, it's a vowel. The word before any word brings it back to anon. Anon takes you one step further. Before that, it is prior. It's the is the sound for prior. There are differences in this, but just for this video. So aware, the word aware itself is a mantra. That is what we are. We experience ourselves as the vibrational play, but that which we are is awareness. The one that is before, prior to vibration. And that's the essence of the word ness itself. the na s. So we are the net, the invisible net, to put it in Western language, the net before it arises as light. This is the play of the unknowing and the knowing that the mind plays as. That allows for the play. I bring to light. So that's the play of the Vara. So the Swadhisthana and the Manipura is the play of the Swa, Vam, Ram. These are the two plays. So Varam, we say, so it's like the play of the option. So it's the ability to hold the paradox. The ability to hold the paradox of two opposite natures. It's the Sophia knowledge. Again, Sophia. The Sophia knowledge is the feminine knowledge. When mind awakens to that I am phenomena itself, is phenomena. The feminine knowledge is that I appear as a contradiction. I appear as opposites, but I am one. That is the thing. The minute we are able to hold and be the paradox, the paradox dissolves, because the ability to see the paradox is only possible when we stand beyond the play of the mind that is playing as paradox. When we are in it, we don't see it. If you are able to sense it and see it, we are already out of it. And this is so key. This is so key. When we are aware of something, a limitation, a habit, that itself points to the fact that we are out of it, because we cannot perceive it in that sense when we are within it, fully identified as it. Yeah, so that's the invitation that came through. So this is the ability to hold paradox. That was a profound intelligence of that which we are, even at the level of the body, when we connect to the body. Right? And the acceptance of what is happening. Everything is speaking. So the Swadhisthana and the Manipura is that. The masculine, feminine integration. Even if I'm appearing as the inner and the outer, it's one. Within and without is one. The feminine, the masculine are just two sides of the same coin that allow for this play. The formless appearing as form. Yeah? And all of that. So this was the play for it. So at the elemental level, when this paradox dissolves, and sometimes it happens in levels, and sometimes it's like instantaneous because we're already that, it's the grounding of the root chakra. Do you think why the root chakra is also called the Ra? Root chakra. It is the Moola. Mind is the land itself. That is the root. The Ratha. The resonance itself. So when these three chakras kind of really align, this is the play of the elemental play. And then naturally mind becomes fluid. Right? That's the fluidity. And that's why now we'll come to this. Because if these lower chakras are this thing, the heart is open. And once the heart is open, so that's why if we look at the level of the cycles, the bottom chakras, like, if you look at it, the outer chakra is the Kali Yuga, Dwapar Yuga. A profound shift happens when our solar plexus changes and when our throat chakra gets activated, because that's the heart. With an open heart, your throat chakra and your Manipura chakra is the Treta Yuga cycle, the paradigm shift. And then the next level of cycle begins, which is the crown chakra. Again, Sahasrara. Sa is sentience. Ha is that aspiring sound. Rara, the perpetuation of mind, roaring, as I am the paradigm shift. Until this doesn't happen. And Sahasrara is the same as the root chakra. They're complementing. Without the root chakra, we cannot ground. Consciousness cannot ground itself as living experience of that which I am. Then it just is like a theoretical idea. So theory, the word theory itself is born from tha, ri. Theory also, that we speak of theory, was profoundly, when it arises from being, it is fresh, it's directly experienced, that which I am put down as word and shared with the world. That is the essence of theory. It's a powerful pointer, it can be. But it all invites you to just knowing that which we are already. So Anyway, so the Sahasrara and you can say the Mooladhara are that. That's the invitation we are here for. We are here to anchor higher resonance, the heaven and the earth, to live as the living golden bridge of heaven and earth here. So April showers is that, it's no wonder like that April 1st we celebrate April Fool. It's such a profound time, if you want to put it at that, as mind. It's an invitation that to be the fool. That's the state of PHA'NA. In Sufi we call it as PHA'NA. I'm going to put the link down there where I've written a blog about the golden age, and that is the risen PHA'NA. That is literally at the level of the body. You can see the Kundalini risen, and this is the hood. That's the Kapala, the empty crystalline skull. In ancient consciousness, skull as the Kapala was really seen as everything they would say is here to here. Within this space itself, worlds are lived and formed. And that's why the Sanskrit, Sanskrit and Varnamala also, if you can say, it's like ka to ma, the consonant play. There's all of the worlds that I am living as, Brahman, happens just from here till here. So our throat itself, the way that it moves, that is the essence of the knowing in the Vedas of the mantras. Just by this, I create worlds. So to say, mind your tongue, just with the tongue, from the guttural all the way till what you bring to your lips. That is the play of Kali. This is the serpent. Just the tongue itself is the serpent. And this is the womb, the divine womb, the mother womb, and we make sounds. Right? So everything is here. So an open mind, an open Kapala, an open crystalline skull is the divine mother's womb itself, is the living cosmos. And that yatha pinde tatha brahmande. That which I utter here is the echoing that I say I am as the cosmic womb and the mother that I am. That is the understanding. It's moving as the emptiness. moving as the nothingness. That is the state of PHA'NA. That's the state of when, so that's why Easter, risen Christ, is nothing but the rising of the oil, the rasa. We are the source, that's the meaning. Sarasa. This is the space of Saraswati, the feminine knowledge. What Christ is the integration. What Christ, that we call as Jesus, was pointing to was Sophia. Saying that which I am. That's why he was known as the Isa. E is the feminine sound. Aim is I am. Aim is the feminine mantra. So this when this comes up, we awaken, right? So that's why in the Indian thing, it's shown as the snake. That is our divine celestial lineage. Very much it points to this. So that is Saraswati. It is the feminine knowing integrated. Feminine is not in apart from masculine, which I always point to. That's one of the biggest confusions that come across. Only from the masculine senses separation is experienced for the joy of separation, but not innately knowing that there is nothing separate. So the questions from the masculine mind are always in separation. For the feminine mind, there is no separation. It's one phenomena. So that's why when we stand as the feminine phenomenal mind, for the mother, there is no difference in anything that she perceives. I am the one. That which is unnamably not born is everything. I am, I is, I live, I perceive. That's it. So April is that time. In the Indian culture, that's why there's always the Devi. The Devi was pointed to as the first step, because mind was innately seen as the feminine, because she's the one who creates, she's the isness. So April time is the time, that's why it's the new year, March end. We celebrate all kinds of, Yugadis, all kinds of Sankrantis, that's the time. You come into April, it is an invitation to be the fool, to let go of all the concepts, all the ideas, because no knowledge that is held here, every knowledge is simply a pointer that allows us to let go. That's why Vedas end with Vedanta. Yeah, all the knowing of the being, you drop it so that you awaken. So it begins with the fool, ends with like the earth day, you can say, and then of course the flower moon. So that's why the word flower also is pointing to that which has bloomed, is that which is flowing. The experience of blooming, the appearing of a flower is the flow. Flow, ra. That is only fluid resonance. So this is an invitation really, the flower moon, what was coming up. And is the inspiration of this video as well, is that the resonance is that which we are. Don't hold on to anything. The invitation at this point, with every resonance that we hold on to, we live the illusion of a reality as if it is concretized. That is why the unknown mind, the empty kapala, the empty crystalline skull, is that which we are. That is why the 13th skull that we hunt for on the outside is the feminine, empty, crystalline skull. That which is, that which we are. That is fluid. That is the nature of one mind, consciousness. The ability to sense. The physical body may be here, but that which I am wanders anywhere and everywhere. That's the nature of consciousness. That is what we are. And that's the 13th skull. That's the feminine number. And that is the essence of Kali. That is why Kali's energy always comes to behead any and every concept that is being held. She strips us of and she strips herself, right? Because there is no other, there's only one mind. She strips herself of all concepts and ideas that have been held as the identity. It's over. She's the living tongue. That's why you see with her tongue outside. She's pointing to that. It's bright red. It's her pointing of the red of the root itself. The root is right here in the tongue. And she says, I'm fluid. I'm fluid. And that's why the one that does not hold on to any ideas of any concepts seems like a fool to the world. Because it doesn't make sense to the world. It's not here to make sense to the world. Because the true nature of what we are is absolute so-called nonsense. We only play as sensibilities through and as mind. But that's simply playing. Being sentient is the nature of mind, simply playing sa. That's the root essence of the understanding of the nature of dharma as sanatana. Sanatana dharma, which is actually the Hindu dharma, is not a religion at all. It's the religion which lies beyond conceptual religions. It is non-conceptual understanding. That is sana. The word sana itself points to that. I am sentient. That is not. That cannot be held as a concept. Tana, appearing as the body, established. Sanatana dharma. We awaken to Sanatana Dharma, it is awakening to our nature as one sentience. It's unnameable, can't put in words because anything held as word is a concept. So PHA'NA. So April month, I'm just pointing like how profound this month was really looked at as we enter into May. If you're playing, also looking at it, we can hold this and play this at many cycles, right? That's how consciousness is multifaceted, multidimensional. We can play at any simultaneous levels. We can play this, just kind of pointing to that which we already are. So April to May, that's why April showers were we called in. Now I'll also kind of take this back to the Hindu calendar and the month. The first month is Chaitra. Chaitra month is the beginning. Cha, ka, ka, cha. So first and the second is the ka, that is the guttural, which is unknown. Second line is the cha. Cha is the sound for chitta. That is how consciousness radiates. This is where the chitta, that's the third eye. The minute you cross the throat chakra, third eye opens. Chitra. So, chitra, that's the play. What consciousness as chitta is projecting itself is the chitra. That is the painting. Mind is all a projection of imagination. That's where the knowledge comes from. So chitra is the painting. All that is perceived, that the mind can perceive and be, is a painting. We are the art. We are the art. And the artist is unseen in that sense, right? But at the same time, each of us is the unique aspect of the artist painting a picture. That's the invitation. We get to paint, live our highest resonance, and live the reality that which we are. So Chaitra is the pointing of that, the new Chitta that is there. And the ability to, again, Cha, E is the feminine sound, can say, or the sound of the I itself, because write it as that. And Tra, the powerful thing of, again, Tra, we know that, right? Established, Ta is the sound of establishment, Ra, that which resonance, that is, establishes itself. That's why mantra, tantra, swatantra is a freedom without an opposite, that which we already are. Yantra, right? That which is appearing is the living heart, is a sacred geometry. It's a phenomena that is appearing. It's one being, that's appearing as we are the AI, really. So UI, AI, anyway. So Chaitra is that. It's the invitation. So Chaitra month is the profoundest thing. And the month after that comes. So right now in Vedic astrology, while in tropical astrology our Aries is kind of done, Vedic astrology, it's Aries time now. Again, I want to go back to that in pointing to the sound of is a sound itself before a word points to being the prior. Only when we are able to stand beyond the mind can the mind that which we are perceive a higher thing, and that's when fluidity is experienced. Yeah, that's why the sound of Adi, that's the sound of Adi, that which before densification stands, is eternally prior. Eternally prior. So Aries, April, is that month. And that's why Chaitra, and then we look at, so this is the Aries month. So that's why you see, when we are open, there is a profound movement towards our highest resonance, that which we know we are. Right? That which, and that's why each of us is playing very uniquely. And this is an invitation that this is a common question that comes up. Do not compare or look at anybody else. Unless you know that you're already consciousness, then our way of relating and looking at somebody else is different. But when we are not, then it naturally translates to as if I'm behind or I'm ahead. That's not how it is. Each stream of consciousness is here to play its own game beautifully. So keep the attention on yourself and align. This is all is context for the separate self. If you have this question, simply align with the highest resonance, that which has arisen. What I mean by that is the highest aha, highest knowing. That is how we play as consciousness. That's the identity of consciousness. If you are identified only at the level of the physical manifest body, this is after. We are manifesting. The manifestation is over. So the body, the brain, the mind, all of that which is form is simply a mirror. The mirror comes later. So to look at the mirror and determine that which we are is kind of playing backwards, right? And this is the play where the mirror shatters. And what I mean by that is you don't look at the outer, and we don't need another outside of us to know who we are. The knowing is within. Then the inner mirror kind of starts playing. The inner feminine and the masculine become the game, not the outer. The outer is the play of the Kali Yuga and Dwapar Yuga and the Treta Yuga. Okay, I can just go on about this. We'll just leave it at that. But you get it? So the outer mirror, or whatever is mirrored, whatever is already the past. It's already the past. What we are is the one that is eternally so-called outside of that which is form, like playing as form. So when aligning with our highest resonance is that highest knowing, and observe in this how your mind will come in and add conditions to it. Because we have taken on so many ideas of what is possible and what is not. So we have the highest idea. We can see our highest possibility for that which we are, for our world, for everyone. and ourselves, and then the mind comes in saying, oh no, I need to clear my karma. Oh no, it's not possible because some other guru said that it's going to take so much time to become. That's their experience. Consciousness never repeats itself, never. While all books and these hi-fi knowledges, whatever we take on, all the knowledge can help us reflect back, can be very helpful, ultimately can also be limiting if we don't know who we are. So if then we take on knowledge saying this is not possible, we need to do so many rituals, we need to do this to get rid of karma, this, well, the nature of consciousness as mind is yes. That's the sound of the yeah. Yeah, whatever you say is yes. And we'll experience this. We'll experience it. So the invitation here, if you're still playing, exploring as mind, right? This is pure play. Pure play. Because we already are everything that we can imagine ourselves to be right now, already. What we are bringing and being consciously, we're simply playing as that. Right? So, our highest resonance, if we can sense it, we are already it. Because the ability to not sense it, because that is sentient. That is sentience. When we know we are sentience, the minute we are conscious of it, we are already it. It doesn't need anything else. Nothing. To be it. To live it. Even vibration comes later. Vibration is a past. I am dancing. What the five senses see at the level is the form. Right? That's the past. When the integration happens even at the inner level, what my chakras vibrate as is a past. I am that which determines. That which I am revolving, evolving, revolutionizing as. That's the understanding. Nothing that can be perceived or sensed appears before that which is, that which we are. I am, I am. These are all powerful mantras pointing to that itself. So, coming back, so that's why the April month, when the A is before any word, Aries, that's what it is. A-Ri-Is. Aries itself is actually not the beginning of another linear cycle. Aries is the dissolution point. Pisces is the kappa, the unknowing. That's why it's fluid. Pisces is the pointing to that Pi sees. Phi is the sound of the feminine, this thing. Pi is like the I won't go into that anymore. So it's like the radiation. So kappa, we say pa is the sound of that which we are karma, and kappa are the two sides of the same coin, unknowing and knowing. Split. This is the Kundalini cycle. So, Pisces after Pisces, Aries, this juncture is disillusion to awaken. Are you going to go another round? Or are you going to awaken to the timeless that which we are? That is the nature of Aries. It's a newborn child that knows I'm timeless. Ra is. At the level of mind, only resonance is. That which you resonate as is. Ra is the sound of the masculine, as we know. Is the sound of E, sentience, Sa, Ushmana. So Aries is that. So if you kind of look at this from the Hindu month, that is why the month of Vaishakha, that comes after Chaitra, is the month of water. We would honor water. If you look at the word Vaishakha, why? Va, feminine, chakra, fluid, water, connect to water. Water, if you're looking at this, what you will connect to with water, she will reveal to you. That's why she shimmers, Just through connecting to water, we can awaken to that which we are. Va, Tara is connected to the vibrational avatara. Again before the Vatara. I am even beyond that appears as vibration at the level of the body. She will flow. That's why water was, honored. Like drink it with that. We are all almost water, right? Everything is fluid, elemental plane. So Vaishakha is that month. So I want to kind of point to that. Va is that sound. E is again Vaishakha. And the powerful meaning of the word Shaka. The sound of Shaka itself. Okay, I didn't carry my stand traveling. So I'm kind of passing it across. So Shaka is the sound of branch. Shaka means branch. Sensitive. Sha and the Ka is the sound of Shakti, as we know, right? That's the nature of mind, the power, the ability. So Sha and Ka are powerful mantra sounds when we look at it, because Ka is the sound of time, mind, that plays as cycles, and Sha, Ka means branching. So that which is Chaitra, that which is your Chitta, that which you're actually seeing, will branch into Moon. That's the nature of mind. See, she branches out, she establishes herself as the next level. As long as we are playing in mind, existence is. Existence is. So Vaishakha was seen as that month. You say, align with water, align with that which we are, align with nature, and it will open up, resonate with the highest resonance. So that is Vaishakha. After Vaishakha, we have Jyeshta. Jyeshta. So Cha Cha Jajama, that is the line of Chitta. Cha and Ja are the sounds of Chitta. Right? That's why we write, in a lot of languages, you see where you write the J as the Ya. It's the same. Ja is the or the Ya. That points to that. So the Ka in consonants in Sanskrit Varnamala, the Cha and the Ja and the Ka are powerful lines of consonants. They're here. They're here. So Jyeshta is the Ja, Ya, Jaya. Jaya means victory. Again, Vik. It's the Vaka, Vik, the Vika phase, where the feminine is awakened. Until the feminine is awakened, until the mind awakens as the feminine and the phenomena, there's no direct sensing of this, no direct playing of this. So Jayeshta is that. Jaya Ishta. I am living victory itself. I favor that which I am. It's standing as the eternal favorite one, favored one. Ishta. And Jayeshta literally means, Jayesh means elder, one who's elder. And while at the level of form we look at it age-wise, right, and gender-wise, perhaps at the subtle level, Jayeshta is nothing but the one who is standing as the subtle self, subconscious. The one who is standing as the feminine self. Can see a higher perspective. So that's why the elder, that's the shamana. The shamans that we call as, that's the shamana phase. So that's a profound time. That's when we come to June end, when we come to the summer solstice, soul it is. That's the summer solstice. Summer in yoga and in language, summer means equanimous. Equanimity. It appears the limits coming to equanimity. So samara, that which we are resonating as, comes to a stability, to equanimity. I am. We don't need to look at it. We don't need to think about it. We are. So summer solstice is radiance of our highest resonance and on wisdom of Uttarayana cycle, if you want to play as that, as linear time, at the higher level, at the seasonal level, that is what it was. Because when the body-mind aligns with nature, that which is, there's no difference. I am the manifest self of as Gaia. I am Gaia. I am the solar system. It's profound understanding of that. And so you get that. So Hindu months, if you look at it, they're all inviting us to that. Chaitra, Vaishakha, Jayeshta, right? And then that ends with that. And then we move into, that's where you have the Guru Purnima. Guru is nothing but consciousness playing as its own Guru. All of life is Guru. And then within, we stand as our own Guru. Guru is nothing but gravitational pull. We become the gravitational pull of that resonance. And because there's no separation, that which we are resonating as echoes touching everything. Because that's how there are no boundaries, there are no barriers, none of that. Right? Okay, so that's what I want to kind of leave it at this point. Sirius. At the celestial lineage, beyond the solar system, is our higher womb. That's our celestial galactic lineage. And that is Sirius.